Hello again, friends and loyal Wolfpack members. Chaos Wolf here, and welcome back to the channel. Now, a bit of a different video for you this time. It's been a while since I did one of these in front of the camera videos. There was a reason for that, and that's pretty much... I was never really happy with the quality of what I was getting with them. Not only that, I just kept pulling them off because I just wasn't happy with it. But now we've got a new camera, as you may be able to tell by the better quality of this video. So I decided to do an episode of Refuel with Wulff, which is usually my Q&A series, but I'm deciding to take that in a little bit of a different direction now. And what I'm thinking is just basically doing it as almost like a kind of little vloggy kind of style thing. So it's basically going to be a Q&A video talking about what I've been doing previously and what I'm planning to do and so on. And we're also this time going to be having a look at how my setup's changed a little bit over basically the course of the last couple of months. Because it's been Christmas and I've now gotten a few additions to my setup. As you can see, I now have a triple monitor setup, which is absolutely awesome. Unfortunately, I don't use it to play with, basically play the ED over all three screens. I can do that, and I can do that at 60 frames per second on my new graphics card. But the problem is with that is that it messes with a whole host of other games that I have. When I'm trying to play XCOM, it tries to play that over three screens. I'm probably overlooking something extremely simple, but it is just bugging the hell out of me because it tries to set up the three screens, not as three screens and just stretch the game over three screens. It basically says that the three screens are just one big long screen. And it tries to play XCOM over these three screens. I don't want to play XCOM over these three screens, and trying to swap back and forth is just too much of a hassle. So what I've ended up doing is, obviously I play the game on the centre screen. On the screen over here I have all my my editing software, like my voice recording. Sometimes I'll have TeamSpeak over there and so on. And on the other side I'll have anything to do with YouTube and social media kind of thing. So I can keep up to date with as much stuff as I can as I'm doing, basically all at once. So that's absolutely awesome. You can see that I've got my X52 Pro here screwed down to the desk. Not sure how well you can see it, but I've got my my flight stick over here. It's screwed down to the desk. I've also had a few more little additions to my my little man cavey kind of collection. Yes, before we had the Assassin's Creed Edward Kenway. We've also got Khal Drogo. I've got the Xenomorph from Aliens. Got a book here that was bought for me by my uncle. I haven't got quite around to reading it yet, but it's basically called Grand Thieves or something like Grand Thieves and Tomb Raiders, How British Video Games Conquered the World. So I'm curious about that. I'm curious to see what's... Being British myself, I'm curious to see what's in there. I just haven't got around to reading it yet. Because I'm still reading the book I'm currently reading, which is called White Wolf by David Gemmell. Yes, I know. Convenient, I know. But yes, I've also, if we manage to turn the camera just a little bit, yeah, it was a very sudden turn, I've even got myself a mini fridge. So that's a nice little thing to keep my beer and energy drinks in, basically depending on what mood I'm in at the time. I have basically got the microphone I use for when I'm recording, my podcasting microphone. Now, don't ask me what model or make this is, I don't remember anymore. I've got rid of the boxes and everything, so I really don't remember, and I don't really care anymore. So it's an absolutely awesome microphone. Apart from, there is some issues with it. It's not without its issues. I do have to turn it up to absolute maximum volume in order to just get the most basic, the most quietest level of sound out of it, and I've then got to boost the sound even further with Audacity, which is what I use to run my basically what I use to record my audio. So that's not fun. So yeah, the audio quality of my channels could be better at some times, but I've been doing a lot of work on that and it should have gone a lot better more recently. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. But like I said, I am basically making plans at the moment. And what I'm planning to do, hopefully, is, I mean, up until now, and even now, I've basically been using my YouTube channel as well, it's been a hobby for me. It's been a hobby, and it's always going to be a hobby for me. But in recent weeks and months, it's kind of becoming apparent that it's kind of growing at an alarming rate that I never really expected it to do. I mean, just recently I hit 15,000 subscribers, and yes, I am going to be doing a giveaway at some point on this. It's just I've been so insanely busy recently, and that's something else we're going to get onto in a moment. But now I'm on 15,000 subscribers, and that's absolutely insane. I mean, I had a look at one of these prediction sites, and it was predicting that in 5 years I would have over 150,000 subscribers. That would be insane. That would be absolutely mental. And that's what it's kind of making me think that one day, hopefully within the next few years, I would actually be able to make this channel my full-time job. That would be awesome, that would be amazing, that would be a dream come true for me. And that's what I'm pretty much aiming for right now. So basically today is my first day off for the current holiday that I've just recently gotten from work. I'm now off for a month, so I'm going to be spending this month working a lot more on my my YouTube channel and trying to get a lot more done on it. Because up recently I've basically only been putting up Let's Plays, and I want to do more than that. I want to do tutorial videos and so on. But I've just not had the time or energy to do it recently because I've been doing so much with my full-time job, my real job. I mean, sometimes I could be hit with a 12-hour day at the drop of a hat, and I wouldn't know beforehand because my job has variable hours, and it's just horrendous. I'm not going to be going into what my job is or anything. All you need to know is that it's got no set hours. We stay there until the job is done, so I could work 8 hours, 5 hours, 3 hours, 12 hours, or even more in a day. And that level of uncertainty makes it a bit difficult. It definitely makes it challenging at times, balancing this with my YouTube channel, which at this point is now almost become a second full-time job. But a job that I much, much prefer having. I mean, I still consider this to be a hobby, and I love my YouTube channel. I love the community that's sprung up around it. And even recently, even with all this workload, I've been doing my level best to get a video out every day. Whether it being XCOM videos, which I'm pushing out a lot at the moment because I've got 4 days at the moment, because I'm recording this on the 1st. On the 5th, XCOM 2 is released, and I really want to finish my XCOM 1 playthrough before XCOM 2 is released. So I'm definitely going to be pushing that out a lot more at the moment. So apologies to anybody else that wants my Elite Dangerous or my Planet-based content, but the XCOM 1 is kind of taking precedence at the moment, at least until XCOM 2 is released, and then I'm going to be focusing a bit more on that. But I'm going to be trying to get some more Elite Dangerous content out, and as soon as I finish recording this, I'm going to go straight to recording some exploration footage for Elite Dangerous. Because one of you guys, you actually sent me a message in-game saying that where I was very close to a Wulff Riot Star. And I'll be honest, I hadn't even spotted it. Because I'm currently trying to work my way down under the galactic plane to the neutron field. And get go from where I am now, which is like a couple of thousand light years out of habitable space, and work my way all the way up to Beagle Point, which is where the Distant Worlds expedition is going. But I'm planning to go there through the neutron field, because like I've stated previously, I want this to be the exploration trip, where I reach elite. I want my exploration rank to be the first elite rank that I get, because I want to go and have a look at Founders World. I want to go and show you guys this, but I've not been able to do so because I didn't have the premium beta, where the one where you get all the later content for free. You got the the season pass for free kind of thing. The lifetime pass even. I didn't get that. I bought in on the last day that any type of beta was available, which is why I was able to give you so many ship review videos. If I hadn't been able to do that, I wouldn't have been able to do this. So that's awesome. But recently you'll notice that, like I said, I've been focusing more on XCOM, and there's not been as many other videos out, because it's not just the fact that I'm trying to focus on XCOM, it's the fact that my job was getting very stressful at the time. Obviously because of the fact that my hours are so random. Yesterday I was technically off, but I decided screw it. Yesterday is going to be my relaxation day. I was going to chill, and I spent the whole day playing Star Wars The Old Republic. Another game that I love playing, but I'm never going to be making videos on it because my computer cannot basically maintain a stable frame rate on it. I have a feeling it's something to do with my processor. I've only got an i5 processor. I say only. I've got an i5 processor at 3 GHz. It's a quad core, but it's not the best, I don't think, at running MMOs. I've always had problems with MMOs on my computer and the frame rate issues, so meh. I'm not really worried. But it's a game that I play to chill. I mean, you're welcome to come and join me. I am on the Red Eclipse server, so you can come and play there if you want. That's fine. I am thinking eventually of making the Wulff Pack group as a guild in Star Wars. That's only if people are interested. I don't really mind. I don't really expect it to get anywhere. And I certainly don't expect people to leave their really well-established guild in order to come and join my piddly little one, but who cares? My main focus is, as always, going to be on Elite Dangerous. Especially since we are trying to get the Walls of Jonai, which is our faction in the game, to become a power. But we've got a massive uphill slog at the moment, considering that, according to Frontier, what we need, one of the basically entry level benchmarks we need to reach to even qualify for this is we need to have our faction in 8 systems. We're in 2. So yeah, you can see that things are... We're basically facing an uphill battle right now against the more established factions. It doesn't even help that we're playing catch-up with finding out how the game works. So, well, the background sim, I should say. So that's interesting. So that's what we're going to be doing. Last I checked, we were in a boom pending expansion, and I think we're still in boom pending expansion, so I really hope to get out of this boom soon so we can start going into expansion. I think it is possible to break ourselves out of boom, possibly by going to war, and then quickly finishing off the war in 3 days. That might be the better course of doing it, because currently we've been trying to basically cut our own nose off to spite our face by... it's probably not the right analogy or what's it to go for, but it worked in my head. We were basically trying piracy against our own unit, our own faction, to try and kind of lower our money and influence and so on. And basically, it's not all it's been doing is lowering our influence in the systems. So I do think that it is not the course that we need to go for. Perhaps we just need to go and start a war in one of the systems that we're in. Because in the Orongo system, they keep trying to start a war with us, but we're maintaining a high enough faction to actually stop doing that. So maybe we could purposely lower our faction, start a war, win it very decisively, very quickly, and that should get us out of boom state or straight into expansion. That might work, I don't know, we'll have to go and find out. But there's a lot of changes that have happened to the background sim since the last time I was reading up on it, so, well, not last time, but the time I read up on it properly last time. At the moment we do have Commander A-Train Omic. Basically, he's our operations leader. He's in charge of expansion and so on. So he's doing an absolutely stellar job with what he's doing there. So yes, we are trying to basically move up our faction to the point where we can become a power. And that would be amazing, because becoming a power would mean that we can choose our own benefits, like we could have, let's say, bonuses to bounty hunting, and that would be very nice because in both of our systems we've got a hazardous resource extraction site in Jonai And in Orongo we have a compromised nav beacon, so that's awesome as well. So that's kind of interesting. So we're basically just trying to expand further. We were originally trying to move over into HIP 93377, which is like 10 light years away from our original Jonai system. But then that got taken over by the Canary Mining Corporation, or whatever they were called. Well, apparently very quick, because they were an ex-Eve group. But it seems that, because we were keeping tabs on it, it seems that their influence went from 70% to like 40% to like 20% in like a couple of days. So obviously they didn't know what they were doing. I mean, I'm not even sure if they've been supplanted by another faction yet. I mean, we contemplated going and helping them out, but we really want to focus on our own interests more than anything else. So apologies if any of you guys from that faction are watching this. Apologies, yes, we thought could have come and helped you, but we decided against it because we want the system for ourselves, and we're trying to kind of focus more on our own things, especially with a lot of our pilots being out doing exploring and everything at the moment. But the great thing about the Wulff pack is when the drums of war are sounded, we release the Wolves of War. And it was basically evident with our last war in Orongo, because we went to try and doing that twice. The first time it was bugged, we didn't actually manage to win the system. But the second time we won it in 3 days. We basically just curb stomped the Orongo Incorporated into the dust. So that was awesome. But now we're going to be focusing on to expanding into different systems. But yes, now, as I said, I now have a whole month off of work, so I can focus a lot more on to my channel. And what I'm hoping to do is grow my channel a little more, work some more on basically maybe some more first impressions videos. Hopefully if there's a beta coming out fairly soon I can start doing that. That'd be absolutely awesome. I don't know when the 2.1 beta starts coming out. That'd be nice to know, but it's still at least a couple of weeks away, I imagine. But this week, this Friday I think it is, because it's Monday the 1st today. So on Friday the 5th, XCOM 2 comes out, so I'm going to be making a video about that on the day it comes out. I'm hopefully going to be trying to get the video out on the day it is released. If not, it'll be the day after, because we know that my internet speed here is absolutely horrendous. But as to that as well, we are actually planning on moving from where we are at the moment. I mean, as lovely as this apartment that we're in is, it's great in many ways, but the internet is so bad it just cripples my my YouTube. Because I can't upload videos very quickly. A 30-minute video takes about 5 to 6 hours for me to upload, and that's at the new lower file sizes that I've been using, basically being able to get since I started using Adobe Premiere Pro. So yes, I've also changed my my editing software. I've even changed my my capture software. I'm no longer using Fraps. So I'm getting a lot more bang for my buck with my hard drive spaces. So I've basically got like about 10 to 12 hours worth of footage that I've still got on there, and I've barely even used 20% of my 20% of my hard drive. So that's insane. But I've basically just got a much higher caliber of video editor at the moment, so that's absolutely awesome. And in case any of you are wondering, because I've just realised this, yes, I do wear glasses and I usually take them off for my videos, but I kind of forgot today. And I can't be arsed anymore. It's not that I'm blind as a bat without them, it's just things do get a bit foggy up close. So yes, I've got old man eyes. It matches my old man body. So yes. Over the next month or so, I do plan to start spending a lot more time on my YouTube channel. I mean, not all of it is going to be sitting here dedicated, just sitting at my computer doing YouTube, because my grandmother is actually coming to visit us here in Norway, so that's going to be awesome. It's going to be her second time over here, but it's going to be her first time in this particular apartment. So we want to go and show her a great time around the city. So that's what we're going to be doing. So, but I'm going to be trying to record a bunch of videos, get them all pre-uploaded, get them ready to go, because I want to start getting more organised with my YouTube channel. I mean, I've been doing better at it recently. I've been trying to stick to a schedule of trying to do one planet-based video, and then an Elite Dangerous video, and then an XCOM video, and then another Elite Dangerous video. So I go in a 4-video cycle. So I go Elite Dangerous, another game, Elite Dangerous, another game, Elite Dangerous, another game, kind of thing. Because I know that most of you come here for my Elite Dangerous content, and I really don't want to start cutting back on any Elite Dangerous content. Far from it, I want to have much more. The problem is, when I'm recording Elite Dangerous content, it does take a lot more effort in editing, and because I've been having a lot less time recently due to work, I've been doing a lot less of that. Because playing Planet Base, playing XCOM, I do very little editing. A little bit more in XCOM than in Planet Base, because I cut out all the transition scenes and stuff in XCOM, just to make the video easier to watch. And I try and cut out a lot at the beginning of the video because I forgot to tab that off. So I don't fancy restarting my entire thing again. And speaking about XCOM, one of you guys actually did point me towards a mod for XCOM. It's not the Long War mod. I won't touch that mod with a 10-foot cattle prod at least now, because it just takes too long. And I don't like spending weeks and months on the same campaign. I like to get them done and dusted. I know there's a lot of awesome stuff in there, but it just takes too long for me. The mod that I'm talking about is called the Revenge of the Sleeves. And this is about something that I was ranting about a lot in episode 14, which was the base assault episode. Which is where, when you mutate your troopers, their armour type changes. They go have those stupid little kind of plugs and stuff on. But yeah, maybe I can understand that. But they're a mutant, they're not cyborgs. Why do they need the plugs in them? They're not Neo from the Matrix. And they have no sleeves. And their armour's completely different. They look like they're going into battle wearing pyjamas and a harness and a couple of pairs of tinfoil. A couple of bits of tinfoil on them. It just looks horrible. And what the Revenge of the Sleeves mod does is it reverts your mutant troopers to go have the same kind of armour that your non-mutated troopers have. So I'm more happy now to actually go and take mutant troopers than non-mutant troopers. Just because I hated the way they looked. And you know me, baby, I'm all about the aesthetics. But yes, no. I don't even know how long I've been talking now. I've been just rambling on, talking about what I plan to do with my channel, and I'm just hoping that you guys are actually sticking around for this. Because right now, I really want to start working on making my YouTube a successful, sustainable entity, which I can live off of. And if that's the case, what I'm planning to do is, both me and the missus have agreed, she's planning to actually start her own YouTube channel in the near future. Nothing to do with gaming. So, well, it might have gaming in there, it's going to be mainly to do with horror games. It's going to be like horror, supernatural kind of things. So she's going to be talking about like supernatural experiences, ghost stories, maybe a bit of horror gaming. So if you're into that, watch this space. I will link her and plug her at some point. But that's definitely no guarantee that she's ever going to do it, but we hope that she will. And what we're hoping is that we can make it so that YouTube is our primary source of income, because that would just be a dream come true. That was never the focus of this channel. Originally, when I first started, it was, I can't find videos that I want to see of Elite Dangerous on YouTube, so I'm just going to make my own. That was literally how I started doing Elite Dangerous videos. I originally started doing World of Tanks videos just because I wanted a way of sharing awesome replays between our clan. That died horribly, so that's why we moved over to Elite Dangerous. But it's always been, the core of this channel has always been just me having fun, and that's not going to change. I just want to have fun, and I want to have a job where I can just have fun and do what I want. That would be amazing. And if it does get to the point where the channel is looking to become, basically where it's going to be able to sustain me and Mrs. Chaos Wulff, I mean, it's already getting to the point where it looks like it's going to potentially be this. We're getting to that kind of level where it could be. But when we get to that level, we're thinking that, you know what, we'll just move back to England, because the cost of living there is not as bad, nowhere near as expensive as it is here in Norway. The YouTube money would go a lot further. So we could literally save money here, buy a house back in England, live there, and use YouTube to pay the mortgage and so on. That would be my dream come true. That really, really would. I mean, recently I've started getting some of you subscribers actually donating to the channel through my PayPal and through, what's the other one? Through my Patreon. Although Patreon, I don't have too much on there at the moment. I don't have any rewards or anything set because A, I don't know what to put there, and B, I kind of haven't been advertising my Patreon or even my PayPal really until now. Obviously now I'm advertising it now. I've just said it, but because I always feel guilty about asking for money, because throughout my entire life I've always worked for everything. And just with people just donating, it felt like handouts, and I just felt so guilty with this, so I just didn't ask. So yeah, but at one point I was on Facebook, I was talking about wanting or needing to upgrade my graphics cards for the release of Horizons, because my old graphics card just really was not up to snuff. So what we ended up doing is I was asking people, what does this look? Does this card look okay, or do I need to look for something different? I was looking at the NVIDIA 960 Ti, I think it was, I was looking at. And so many people there went, no, don't go for that. If you're going for Horizons and stuff like that, you want to go for the 970 at the very least. And I was like, well, I can't afford a 970. This is the only one that's in my price range. And they went, and quite literally, they just organised it amongst themselves. Well, obviously, they asked me if I had one about basically a donation drive to get me a new graphics card. And that was absolutely amazing. Basically through the donations of you guys, the Wulff Pack. I can't stress this enough how absolutely amazing this community is and how awesome you guys are. I really cannot stress this enough. I'm so lucky to have a community of that's just so epic. I just can't. You know what? If you just said to me that where I would be, if you basically told me about 5 years ago where I would be now with my YouTube channel and all you guys in the community and everything, I wouldn't have believed you. I'd have thought it was some weird fever dream. But it's not. It's my reality, and it's just absolutely amazing. So thank you so very much for all of you guys. And what I ended up getting, one moment, I've just got to find the damn thing. There we go, sorry. I should have had this put in camera frame, but I was really too lazy to do this. We ended up getting the NVIDIA, well, it wasn't the NVIDIA, technically it's the NVIDIA, it's the GeForce GTX 970 OC edition, so that's awesome. It's the one from Strix, so it's absolutely awesome. It's an absolutely amazing card. Even when I'm not playing, the fans don't go, so it's very, very quiet. Absolutely awesome card, and I can happily run Elite Dangerous on all three monitors at 60 frames per second. I mean, I have the I think it's the V-Sync or something. It caps it off at its frame rate cap at 60. I don't see the point in having it showing up. Look, oh, I can go up to like 200 frames per second, because the human eye can't distinguish the difference between 60 and 3000 frames per second. So what's the point in having it? So yeah, I just have that on. So it looks absolutely amazing, and I have this card because of you guys, because you guys are just so absolutely bloody awesome. The extra monitors I got for Christmas, as well as the mini fridge. There was a funny story behind the mini fridge. We actually bought, me and Mrs. Chaos Wulff bought one of these mini fridges for basically my good friend, and well, our good friend I should say, and they thought it was absolutely awesome that they got this mini fridge. Went to Christmas Eve to the in-laws. Yes, in Norway they actually celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve, not Christmas Day. They open presents on the 24th, not the 25th. And I got this present. I opened the top of it up and went, I recognise this logo. Where the hell have I seen this before? So I opened it up and it was this mini fridge. It was like it was just so hilarious, because I wanted one of these mini fridges myself. So that was just awesome. But yes, now I'm going off on topic again. It's yes, I know. But yes, no, this last year or so, this last year or two, since I've been doing YouTube, it's been absolutely amazing. So the last year even, I should say, since I started doing Elite Dangerous, it's been absolutely amazing. Because I went from being, before I started doing Elite Dangerous, I had 100 and odd subs, and that was it. Through doing, basically covering Elite Dangerous, I've gone up to 15,000, being someone completely unknown to being someone who's almost synonymous with the game. And it's been gone to the point where I have direct contact with the developers, where I can talk to Ed or Zach about it. I mean, we've even got a community goal that we're trying to get done for the Walls of Jonai, or two, actually it might even be two. But because I've had the email back finally from Zach about it, but they've been absolutely inundated with everything, so that's completely understandable. But I've been so busy, I've not been able to kind of sit down, collect my thoughts and deal with it. So that's what I'm going to be doing as of now. So that's awesome. I'm going to be focusing a lot more on my YouTube channel, on my group. We've got a couple of events coming up as well. We've got the Air, Land and Space Race. So that's going to be funny. It's basically a triathlon in Elite Dangerous. It's going to be using Eagles with an SRV in there. No shields. What you've got to do is have a couple of 2-ton cargo rack at least, and an SRV bay. So we're just going to be canyon flying, driving, picking up some cargo, and then flying and racing to the closest station. So that's what we're going to be doing. That is on the 6th of February, so the day after that XCOM 2 is released. So I'm going to be participating in that, and we do have sign-ups for it on our forum. I believe we've got it also on the Facebook group as well. As always, the links to these are going to be in the video description. So feel free to go and check them out. And yeah, I think that's most of what I wanted to talk about. We do have another event coming in March as well. Basically, we're trying to do one event every month at the moment. And we're pretty much trying to get an event done at least once every month, preferably. We tried doing a few big events to begin with. We had the Highway to Hell episode, we had the Trail of Tears event, both of which failed horribly because we basically we overextended ourselves. We tried to include lots of other groups and stuff, and things just went down the crapper because we didn't have enough experience in this. So what we're doing now is we're now focusing on smaller events, preferably mainly just for the Wulff pack. And the next one's the Air, Land and Space Race. And then we've got the Suicides event, which is basically just a free-for-all kind of last sidey standing wins kind of thing. So that's going to be interesting. And this is run by our event organizer. We've actually the Walls of Jonah have actually got our own event organizer now. He's Commander Ra 463. You'll see him on Twitter, you'll see him on the forums and so on. You'll see him on the Facebook group, but under his real name. So I won't tell you what that is now. If you want to find out, go there and find out. So he basically works his ass off organising events for us. So if he says something about events, basically treat it as I'm saying it myself. So add him on Twitter, check him out on the forums and so on. He's over on the our Nara page as well, but we don't put our events on the Nara page. The events are mostly on the Facebook page and on the forum, so go and check those out. But anyway guys, I've waffled on long enough and taken up way too much of your time. Like I said, I just wanted to let you know what I was hoping to do with this channel over the course of the next few months, over the next few years really, and what my ultimate goals really are. I mean, I want to expand into other games and stuff. I just need to start getting myself more organised. But recently it's just been virtually impossible to do so because of never knowing when I'm going to be having free time. And after this month it's going to be exactly straight back to that. So I need to make as much, basically make as much out of the time that I'm going to have over this next month as I can, to get as much of a head start as I'm going to be able to. But anyway, like I said, I've taken up enough of your time. I really do hope you've enjoyed this look into, if not my psyche, but my plans for the future. So, if you have liked what you've heard and everything, as always, please do hit those like and subscribe buttons because they really do help my channel out. I know some of you don't like me saying this, but I say it because I like having people saying it to me because I will often forget. to ask it, to actually like videos, unless someone says leave this video a like. It's, oh yeah, that's what I want to do. Because I do often want to like videos, I just don't think about it while watching them. Because I'll have it full screen, then I'll just close the screen down and not think about it. But yes, anyway, like I said, like and subscribe if you like what you see. And as always, Commanders, I've been Commander Chaos Wulff, you've been epic, I will see you soon. Until then, keep flying and stay shiny.